record. Tuesday, June 16th. And it feels like the longest day of the year, maybe the longest couple of days of the year right now. But before we dive into Michal's presentation, I just wanted to touch base on our current challenge groups. You guys as coaches have been doing a great job and staying involved with your participants. I've been getting feedback across the board, and it's been a crazy, chaotic day. So just the one thing that I want to touch on is remember as coaches that we're leading them as well. So, we're allowed to have bad days too, and which is what I explain to a lot of people say, like, we're nowhere near perfect, and that's okay. Like, we have our bad days and we're get ourselves back up, but make sure you guys do get yourselves right back up that next day. And don't be afraid to give your participants a little bit more feedback as far as like, there's been a lot of leniency across the board from the participants, and even on my own, like, I had a piece of pizza today. Oh, well, tomorrow's another day. And all of a sudden that mindset has been kind of adding on. And all of a sudden 3 or 4 days, every day has now become, oh, well, oh, well, oh, well. So don't be afraid to just say, hey, yeah, tomorrow is a new day. What's your game plan? Just kind of call them out a little bit on it, because sometimes some people do need a little bit more discipline or structure. Some people might message you and say, hey, I don't like to be called out in a group. Cool, lesson learned. I'll never call you out like that again. I'll private message you and private message them. I do have some people that are like that. So for instance, today we were messaging. I had another pasta issue come up. Pasta's in a box. Pasta's technically processed, like breaking it down. But I want whole wheat pasta. Well, you want to get rid of that pouch. I'm helping you get rid of the pouch. Like, some people are going to fight you on it. Some people do need the feedback. I had someone else that I thought wouldn't be as open to feedback. And she goes, no, Kira, I want it. Like, I need it. Give it to me. That's why I'm here. And that's what we have to remind them to. This is why you're here. So yes, if you skipped a meal today, tomorrow, what's your game plan? How are you going to make it bigger? How are you going to make it better? What are you eating tomorrow? Put them a little bit more on track. That's our job as coaches, and it's okay to do that. So just want to touch base on that. I know I've gotten a couple of people that said, like, I haven't gotten results yet. Well, you're still eating packaged goods after I told you not to. Like, the low fat doesn't mean it's good for you. So it's still a lesson to be learned. We're going to have groups that are just going to be rocking it, kick-ass, phenomenal, amazing groups. We're going to have groups that they're just going to want to complain till the cows come home. So we just got to roll with the punches, know that let's end the month of June strong. We have next week as a little bit of a break, and maybe some of us need to shut down a bit. And then July, pick it up strong, make it better. And like I said, learn our lessons and move it on. Cool. Thumbs up if you're on board with me. Thumbs down if you want to fight me on it. No? Cool. All right. So yeah, I gave you fists, guys. All right. So we have Michal talking tonight on social media. And honestly, out of everyone on our team, she is a complete rock star on it. In fact, I'm going to be honest with you. I learn from her each and every day when she posts, and she actually gives me a little bit more courage and motivation to post on my own. So I know one day I posted like 3 times in one day, and she was like, watch out. And I was like, yeah. And then the next day I fell back to like 1, but I'm getting there. But I think there's a lot of great takeaways from her. So let's see how I'm going to share this screen here. She's got an amazing presentation. First, I'm going to unmute her actually, because I think it's going to switch my screen here. So let's find unmute. Here we go.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. All right. So let's go with the share screen. All right. 1 second here, guys. It's not letting me share. Hold on. Are you on your computer, Michal?
I am.
Okay. You might have to share screen on your end. Let me try this again. Let's see here. Save. Save as. What is this OneDrive? I don't know what this OneDrive is. Okay. Oh. Network, this PC. Okay. Desktop. And sorry, I thought I was going to be able to share it the other way. Okay. Hang tight, guys. Little technical glitch doesn't hurt us. We're stronger than that.
We're used to that with you, Kira.
What do you mean? Oh, my freezing and my
yeah.
Shut it. What's this here? Okay. Nope. Michal, we might have to have you share your screen. I thought it would share quickly, but it's not.
Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and click share, and then I'm going to have to pull it up, I guess. So
okay, hold on. Actually, let me try one more time.
Okay, you tell me when.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and share it. It's not letting me do it. Well, let me share a PDF. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes. Oh, hold on. It says start to share screen. Yep, now we can see it. Perfect.
Okay, hooray. All right, so I'm just going to dive in and talk about social media. So I'm going to focus on Facebook because that's what I know. I just started using Instagram literally like last week, and I'm still figuring it out, and I'm not very good at it. So I'm just going to really just focus on Facebook the whole time. We talk about posting and social media and make sure you get all your posts in. But just so you know, before we even dive in, that social media is not the most important. It's important, but it's not everything in your business. You still have to build relationships outside of Facebook. You can get on the phone with people. When you meet people, new people, start building those relationships. You don't have to jump in and talk about Beachbody right away. Just introduce yourself. Say, hi, what's up? I'm a mom too. Or I know that person, or whatever it is. Find the common ground and build those relationships. So again, social media is important, but it's not everything. I just wanted to throw that out there. Okay, some tips. These are some tips, and then I'm going to go into some examples. So hang tight on this very wordy page. So be yourself, be real, and share your journey. If you're not yourself, people are going to notice. Don't start all of a sudden posting every single day, 5 times a day, and pretending that you're the happiest person in the world, because people can read through that. So just, again, be real, be yourself, and take it day by day. And then commit to posting 2 to 3 times per day. If you don't usually post that often, start with 1 time a day, then build up to 2 times a day. You don't want to kind of build up too quickly, because again, people are going to be like, okay, she's trying to sell me something. Even if you're not talking about Beachbody, they're going to think that you're trying to sell them something. So just, build it up and stay consistent. I don't know if you guys are familiar with how Facebook works, but it kind of, not everybody's going to see your posts on their newsfeed. It's kind of like, depending on what time of day you post and how many people log in at that time, Facebook, here's an example. So let's say you decide to post at 11 o'clock p.m. and Facebook knows that you have like 200 friends. It's going to figure out how many of those 200 friends are logging on at that time at 11 p.m. So let's say out of your 200 friends, maybe 30 people log on around that time. So it's going to take those 30 friends, and then out of those 30 friends, it's going to see how many of those 30 friends you've actually interacted with or engaged with. And let's say out of those 30 friends, maybe it's been like 5 people that you've liked their post, or they've liked your post, or you've commented on it. So they're going to take those 5 people. And on those 5 people, that's where your post is going to go on their newsfeed. So even though you've posted and you think, yeah, it was an awesome post, not everybody's going to see it. And as you know, you don't usually you're scrolling through that newsfeed. You don't automatically go and check out somebody unless you're stalking them, or whatever it is. So, not everybody's going to see those posts. So maybe those 5 people are going to see it. And out of those 5 people, if you don't engage with them and it's not something interesting, or it's not something, that's relevant to them, they're just going to skip over it, and they're not going to like it, and they're not going to comment on it. So maybe one person will. So maybe out of all those people, you've reached one person, and then Facebook is going to be like, you know what, that was totally irrelevant, and that post is going to die on Facebook, and it's not going to hit other people's newsfeed. So the point of this is that make sure when you're posting something, it's something that's going to compel people to like it and respond back. Otherwise, it's going to kind of die, and it's not going to hit other people. So that's one tip. Then don't post and then run. So like if you're going to invite people to your groups, and you send out that morning where Kira says, okay, the invite's on, and you send out like 200 people, and then you go to work, and then people are responding to you and sending you messages, and you are not responding back to them. If you're going to post, leave yourself like 10, 15, 20 minutes to be able to respond and engage with people after you post something. Especially if it's something that, you know, let's say it was a transformation picture, and people are going to comment on that. Be around to answer them, because they're taking the time to like your post and comment. You want to comment back. Okay, next point is look at each post as a way of building your brand. So who do you want to attract, and who are your future coaches, and what are they interested in? So for me, I'm mostly engaging with other women, other moms. So I kind of focus on that. I don't really care about all the guys that are on my Facebook newsfeed or my friends, whatever it is. You can see most of my posts geared towards women. So just remember who you're trying to reach, and make sure that at least 2 of your posts during the day is something that those people can relate to, and it's something that they'd want to engage with you in. Then post conversation starters. So you want to post things that are funny, some things that are inspirational, some things that people may find helpful. Make sure, like when you're posting, ask people for advice or ask them for their opinion, so you get that feedback. You want people to engage with you, and you want them to like your post and comment. That way you can build those relationships and start. And as those people comment, other people are going to come to the conversation, and they're going to comment, and that's how you get it going. Again, variety is really important. Don't just post, quotes and fitness stuff all the time. Post things about your family, about your traveling, the things that you're doing, or, variety. Don't just keep posting the same exact thing over and over again. Don't be negative. You can have the crappiest day ever. People don't really want to see your negative posts. Then you're attracting people who are negative and Debbie Downers, and those are not the people that you're looking to attract. So if you are having a crappy day and you want to post it, just put a positive spin on it. I had this and this happen to me, and then say something positive about it. And also be consistent. So like if you in the morning say, yay, I had my Shakeology and I have the best, the most, and it gives me all this energy. And then at 5 o'clock, you're like, oh, I'm so tired. This is the longest day ever. People are going to notice that. They're going to notice those inconsistencies. So, try not to do that. And then people on social media want to be social. They're not there to read ads. They're not there. They don't want to see all those Beachbody logos, and they don't want to see offers of, 21-day fix, even though there's these awesome promotions going on. I would stay clear of all of that. They know that then you're trying to sell them something. And then the last tip here is inbox those who respond to your posts and build those relationships. If somebody likes your posts, take the time to reach out to them, say, hey, how's it going? It doesn't have to be fitness related, doesn't have to be Beachbody related. Just, they took the time to like your post, so just reach out to them. Okay. So when I first became a coach, the first thing that I did was I changed my profile picture to be me. Although your kids are really cute and your fur babies are really cute, people want to see who is coaching them. They want to see who this person is. Have you ever gone to friend requested you and you're like, okay, who is this person? And you go to their page and you can't find one picture of who they are. You're like, I have no idea who this person is. I see quotes. I see pictures of their butt. I see pictures of their babies. You have no idea who they are. People want to see who you are. So I'd say change your profile picture to be yourself. The next thing is I made my page public, and I was back and forth in my head. I'm like, but I post pictures of my children and I don't want people to see that, and I don't know. But the truth, in reality, if somebody wants to find something about you, they're going to find it no matter what. Even in when you have your page private, people have ways of seeing those pictures. So if you make your page public, the the more people will find you, and it will help grow your business. I'll show you going forward in one of my slides. Like I've had one time like 800 something people viewed one of my things. I'm like, really? I don't know that many people, but I think it has to do with my page being public. So I'm gonna move on. Okay, so don't just post about fitness. You know, I know you're trying to attract people. You want to see who is going to be interested in joining our groups, but you want to still be you. And 80% of your posts should be any random types things. So like I said, try to post funny things. So I posted that picture there, and you can see I had one share and 25 people liked it. And then on the right side of the screen, I kind of, you know what, I want to relate to other moms. And so I was like, how can I do that? And I was on the bus and I was hitting people with my bag, and I'm like, I gotta get a new bag. So I posted that, and I got people talking about it. And I had people IMing me and sending me pictures of bags and things like that. And I was building relationships and starting conversations. So don't just post about fitness, post, you know, whatever you can.
Hey, Mikkel, I just
yeah.
wanted to interrupt real quick, or just ask a question real quick.
Yeah.
Because we have so many new coaches on the team, and I love your examples, but bring it back for me for a second, and bring it back for the rest of the team for a second, of when you first started. Sorry, Tristan's naked. Sit down, bud. You just got out the shower. I'm like trying to cover him. So bring it back to when you first started, your very first post. Did you have this amount of interaction or engagement or people hitting like on your post, or was this a gradual build for you?
I was always a very big Facebook poster, but all my posts were really my kids. Like I just all day long posting pictures of my kids, videos of my kids. So I had to kind of gradually change and switch it to other things. And people notice, you know, they're like, oh, where's the picture of Ella that you post like 12 times a day? So like people notice, and I think it was like a gradual change where people started to like my posts more and more. But I didn't initially start posting anything about, you know, my transformation or working out or anything like that. It was just, I just started finding ways to engage people and just ask questions and saying, what do you think? Or if you like this, comment below. What do you like? Or like my posts. Because again, the more people liking your posts, the more Facebook picks up on that they find it as a relevant post, and then it goes on more people's news feeds. So here, I hope that answers your question. I see that you're not there anymore, so I'm going to continue on. Okay.
I'm here. I just have to put the naked boy down.
Okay. So again, you know, post conversation starters. So here I was like, okay, I have to clean out my closet. What do I do with the clothes that are way too big on me? And this was like getting people to say, okay, so she's lost some weight. So I wonder how she did it. So I actually had people, you know, send me a message like, oh, I saw your post. You like, how'd you lose the weight? Just from me saying that I need to clean out my closet. So I didn't have to say anything about anything that I was doing. I just kind of threw that out there, and then people came to me. And then I'm sure a lot of you saw my "You Stink" post last week, where my husband told me that I smell because I bought the wrong deodorant. So that was a good one, and it gets people laughing. So it gets people engaging. Here's another example. People want to see your family. They want to see, you know, what's going on in your life. It doesn't have to be anything Beachbody related. Pictures of my children. I got 30 likes on that one. And then there are times where I'm like, I need to post something. What am I going to post? So I have this list of questions and things that I can post. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to throw this one out here. And this is actually like the first month that I started coaching. I'm like, okay, I'll just post this. I really need a laugh. Anything funny happened to anyone today? And I actually posted something like that today as well. And people engage in that and they respond to that. Okay, here's what I was talking about, having a really crappy day, but put a positive spin on it. So it was the winter. Everyone know we had a really terrible winter. I came outside. I literally couldn't get the ice off my windshield. I was scraping it forever, finally got to the parking lot, tried to roll down my window, and it was frozen shut. And I had to pay. I had to try to open my door, and it was awful. And it was late to work, but I was like, you know what? I could make a positive spin on it. I just put a quote, always be positive. And I felt better. So I got my venting out, but I made it in a positive way. And that way I didn't, seem like a Debbie Downer. Okay, so fitness related posts. So I try my best not to put too much beach body anything on it. Sometimes I'll, like on this post I mentioned that I'm starting P90X3, but that's kind of about it. I try not to put too many Beachbody related things in here. So the point I wanted to make here was I was saying that, come join me, hold yourself accountable. And Frady, who's circled here, Frady Felisa, she is now in our accountability groups. I think I was talking to her back in end of February, March, when I was going to Israel. And I'm like, Kira, this girl wants to join the group. Can you cover for me and answer her questions? And like, we were building this relationship, and I knew that she wanted to join the group, and she kept making excuses and kept making excuses. Finally, after when I posted this in May, so think end of February, we were talking February, March, April, May, almost like 4 months. Finally, she decided to join the group, and now she's in the group, and she's actually one of my coach prospects, and I actually just had an opportunity call with her. So the point here is that it takes a while for people to get used to the idea of accountability groups and get used to the idea of that they're going to be able to make that change. So keep building those relationships, keep following up with people, because you never know when they're finally going to make that decision and say, you know what, the time is right. And now, I'm ready to go. I mean, you can see in her comment, like, I'm ready, but then I make so many excuses. And then I kind of like, okay, well, you just publicly declared that you're ready, so let's do it. And then she did, and she signed up that day. Okay, so next, here's another fitness related post. So I did need new fitness clothes, but I also wanted to see who is also exercising and who I can reach out to that would be interested in joining our group. So I posted this here. And then I guess it was like a week or two later where I actually got my new fitness clothes, and I posted again, like as a follow-up, and I wanted to see who was still following those posts and if it were the same people commenting on it. And out of some of those people, I actually sent them, messages, PMs, and I'm like, hey, I thank you so much for following my posts and whatever it was. So it's just a way, again, of engaging people and seeing who's following you and who's kind of interested in your story. And then you add those people. Always keep adding to your list of prospects. Just keep adding those people. If somebody likes something and they're not on your list yet, add them to your list. My list is a running list, and I'll make like comments like, okay, this person liked this post. And I'll track that, and then I'll start following up with them and just building those relationships. Okay, another fitness related post. I started running, which is huge for me, and I saw that people were totally interested in the fact that I started running. So I'm like, okay, well, I need new headphones, so I'll post that. And 16 people commented, which is pretty cool because I don't know a lot of runners, so it's pretty cool that I got those. And then on the right side, you'll see this is one of those days where that's one of the pictures that I took for the accountability group, and I didn't know what I was going to post. I was like, okay, I'll just use that picture because I'm already posting that in our accountability group, and that was my workout for the day. So I'm just like, I'm a mom, and I can do it, and you can do it too. So I try to at least 2-3 times a week do those kind of motivational, inspirational type posts where I'm just like, if I can do it, you can do it too. Because I truly believe if I can do it, you can do it too. And I just don't understand why people aren't coming to us and be like, I see you did it, I can do it too. Like, I just want to shake people sometimes. And you can see what did I get? 46 likes on that one. And all it is my after sweaty photo picture. Although I don't look so sweaty there, but I was sweating. Okay. My videos. Everybody loves my videos. You can see, I have 577 views on this one, 529 views on this one. The one thing I hate about Facebook is that you don't know who actually viewed them. But it's pretty awesome to see those numbers because I've never had that much traction on my page before. And I put a little text message there that I got from somebody who was like, you know, you can read it. It says, "You're the fittest woman and you're most dedicated." I'm like, "Oh, thank you. Well, I have a gross belly." And she said, "Well, you're famous for your dedication and your results." And that's pretty awesome. It means that she's actually talking to people about it. And, you know, they're talking about my posts and they're following me through my journey. So that just felt really good. So I wanted to share that with you. And then about my Beachbody workout videos, if you notice, I don't repeat the video. So like one video, the top I did Pilates Fix. The next video I was doing T25. I'm going to go to the next one. The next one I did 10-minute fix for abs. Another one I did Insanity test fit. Like I totally change it up because they don't want to see the same thing over and over again. And that way I've actually had people come to me and say, "Oh, you did T25. I thought you were doing 21-day fix." And then that starts the conversation. And it also gets people thinking that, okay, she's already done 21-day fix. Now she's doing something else. Maybe I need to change it up. And these actually spark conversations with people. And people love these videos. I get feedback all the time that they just love seeing my video. So I'll just continue making them until someone says it's really annoying. No, I'll just continue doing it anyway. Family workouts. Everybody loves the family workouts. If you see, I have 842 views on that big family workout. There's a diaper change in the middle of that workout. People love those videos. They comment on them all the time. It keeps me relevant to them. People like them. So, and it also shows that I'm getting my family involved, and it shows that I'm a mom of 3 and I can still get my workout done, and so can you. So, and that gets people thinking, and their mind's like, okay, if she can do it, I can definitely do it. I only have 1 kid. I don't have many kids. What is my excuse? So I always like to throw that out there. Okay. And then other videos, it doesn't have to be workout videos. It's just, I have healthy lifestyle videos. So I don't know if you guys remember, some of you have seen it, some of you have not. I was traveling for work. I had to be at the airport really early in the morning and I needed to make my shake. And I was like, okay, how am I gonna make my shake? The kids are sleeping. I took the blender down to the basement in the laundry room, closed the door and made my shake. I was like, this could be a really good video. So I had so many people asking me, what shake did you do? What is that? And I've actually had 2 people sign up for Shakeology because of that video. And I didn't even have to put Shakeology anywhere on there at all. I just said, gotta have my shake. And I had people engaging and asking me what it is. And then the other video was, I was walking at the bus stop. I have to go up 7 flights of stairs or take the elevator. And I always take the stairs. And I'm like, oh, this would be a good video. Turned on my camera, walking up the stairs. I was like, okay, what can I tell people? Okay, make a good choice. And I looked up what is really good about taking the stairs versus the elevator. And I just posted that. And people took to it. It's really the most boring video ever. I just fast forwarded me just walking up the stairs, but people liked it. Okay. Nutrition. So the first picture was my meal prep. I felt like, okay, I might as well share with everybody. I was already posting in the accountability group. I'll share that picture too. And people are like, oh, what are those cookies that you're eating? And I was like, oh, those are Shakeology cookies. And they're like, Shakeology cookies, what's that? And it got people talking about it and people engaging. When you put these on, you put these posts on, you want to add value. You want to be helpful to people. So I think that when you put these types of things, then you start talking about recipes and people are taking from you and then they start sharing their recipes. And then you got everybody talking and engaging, and that's the way to build the relationships. If you look at the one from March 25th, where I have the circle around Lichen, I have been talking to her since February, March about joining the groups. She finally joined the group this past, I guess we're in June. So again, took a couple of months, but I was still building those relationships. She was still following me, and she finally decided enough is enough and I'm going to do it. So for all of you who are like thinking, oh my God, I only have 3 clients and nobody wants to do this. It takes time. keep posting. They're going to comment on your post, take notes of who's commenting, and keep following up with them. Again, doesn't have to be anything fitness or beach fire related. Just keep those relationships going, because they're going to end up turning around. These are not people who I talk to at all on a daily basis. She happened to be my daughter's teacher last year. So just keep building those relationships. And then the banana post, that got a lot of people talking about what to do with bananas. So just, again, you're adding value to somebody who's, I bet they screenshot a lot of those recipes, and now they're thinking how they can make healthy snacks. And they're like, okay, now what other healthy snacks can I go to? Oh, I might as well go to Michal's page to see if she has any more healthy snacks on her page. Okay, another thing, again, with meal prepping, I'm always stressing meal prepping, because then people ask me questions, how do you meal prep? But if you see, I kind of snuck in Shakeology in the background. It's just like very subtle over there, so people can come back and ask questions like, oh, what's that shake? And then on the bottom one, I circled Judy, because this post was from February, March, April, May, June. 4 or 5 months later, she's now in my accountability group. She was sharing her recipes with me on Facebook, and we were talking, whatever it was. I've never actually had a private message with her. She actually reached out to me. I know you're doing 21 Day Fix. I want to do 21 Day Fix. I didn't have to have any conversation with her. She was just following my meal prepping. She's very into the nutrition and sharing recipes. And she just came to me and says, like, I want to do it. I'm like, great. And I didn't even have to have a conversation with her. She was just sold just by following my my progress. And she's actually said that in the accountability group. Okay. Another tip is comment on other people's posts. You're so busy in the accountability groups and focusing on all your clients and doing your own posts, and who has time to go through news feeds and other people's posts. But it's really important that you do to build those relationships. So I have 4 scenarios here. For the first one, on the top left is Michelle. She just joined the accountability groups her first month. And she's one of my coach prospects, and she just posted a picture of herself on a flight with her kids. So I was like, oh, looking great, because I want people to take notice that she's actually doing something. And then that starts the conversation going. The one with the little girl, this little girl was in my daughter's class last year. We've moved since from Staten Island, but I was trying to stay in contact with this girl's mother, so that way hopefully she can join our accountability group. The bottom left, it says Staten Island Moms and Dads. I've stayed in the Staten Island Moms and Dads Facebook group, even though I no longer live in Staten Island. I still follow the posts, and I still comment on posts from here and there, because I actually saw somebody post on it, and unfortunately I missed it because I was in Israel, and I was like 3 days late. But someone's like, has anyone ever heard of Shakeology? And I wish I was there to like pick that up, because I would have totally, started a conversation. So I was brave enough to anyway send her a message like 3 or 4 days after her post. She never answered, but I was like, okay, well, at least I tried. So it's important to join groups on Facebook and just comment on other people's posts and be relevant there, because you never know what can come out of it. And then the bottom right post is somebody who I've literally met once in my new community. I met her really just once, and we became Facebook friends. She wrote something about her mother, and I'm just like sending good vibes, just building that relationship. Don't know her, don't know really anything about her. I know she has a son close to my daughter's age, but I just like, you know what, I'm going to comment on her thing. Okay, here I have a couple of examples of how to build relationships. This girl, never met her in person. I know of her because my husband's friend dated her, and I just friend requested her. I've been adding to my network and just friend requesting people who I have in common. And she has these very inspirational posts. She had posted this thing about 10 things you should do every day before 10 a.m. So you can see my message to her. I've never spoken to her ever in my life. I just reached out to her, and I saw her post. I said, hey, I just want to say that I love your positivity. Your posts are pretty awesome. Love the 10 things to do before 10 a.m. And you can see her response back. Hey, thank you so much. You're so sweet. You're awesome. Very positive, motivated. So I was following her, and I didn't even know that she was actually reading my post, following me. And then that was the only thing I've ever said to her. 5 days later, she reached out to me and said, "Can you tell me a little bit more about your program?" So how easy was that? I Facebook friend her, a friend requested her. I liked a couple of her posts. I reached out to her, and she's like, tell me more about your program. She's now in our accountability group. She's doing Prio and she loves it, and she's on my coach prospect list. Here's another example. This girl, she's friendly with my sister. My sister worked with her. Again, never met her in person. She posted dying to try this, and it was a link for clean eating. So I clicked on it, and I was like, should I just reach out to her? I actually sent this to Kira. I'm like, should I reach out to her? And Kira's like, yeah, reach out to her. So I did. I was like, hey, I just saw you posted about a clean eating challenge. You want to join my clean eating accountability Facebook group? And she's like, sure, I'd love to. So it's so important to kind of look through your newsfeed at some point, during the week, to try to pick up on these things, so you can just reach out to people, and you never know what will happen. Here's another thing about building relationships. So she said, new year, new me, it's my birthday, I've joined the gym. So I said, hey, happy birthday, congrats on joining the gym. Are you taking classes? And then I started the conversation going. A month later, she reached out to me and said, tell me more about your program. Maybe I will join. So again, look at what people are posting and reach out to them and just say hello. And you never know what's going to happen. Here's another thing where, I posted my veggies. I always I try to always ask questions saying, what do you do? Or what do you think about this? And I said, how do you spice your stir fry? And she had written back that she uses agave. And I was like, okay, well, I've read that agave is really bad. Maybe I should reach out to her. Should I not? And I was like, okay, I will. And by the way, I've never met her in person either. She's friends with somebody in this community. So I just friend requested her. So I was like, hey, thanks for responding to my post, FYI. And I gave her a little bit of background of what I've known about agave, and she gave me back her feedback. She said, thank you. And I slowly started building a relationship with her. Very easy, simple. Okay. You're not always going to get positive feedback, and that's okay. I posted this about my children eating crap, and I wanted to know what other people do to get their kids to eat better. And one of my good friends basically told me, and you can read this, she's like, it's child abuse, what you're saying. And just because you change yourself doesn't mean you have to force your kids to do things. And I was like, oh, okay, this doesn't feel very nice. But it's fine. I spoke to her after about it. We're in a good place. It wasn't a huge fight, but I got a lot of responses. I don't know if you can see how many people posted here. There was a lot of posts on this. What does it say? 60 something posts in here. After she had written that, people are like, you're a great mom. Don't worry about it, whatever. And it's fine. But at least you're getting the conversation going, and it's fine. You're always going to get some positive and not so positive feedback, and it's okay. So don't stress the small things. Motivation posts. I like to post at least 3 times a week a quote. It can be a quote basically saying, get your ass up and do something and make a change. It could be become a priority. It could, anything, just trying to get people to see the positivity and in what you're doing. When I do these posts, I usually ask them to respond, just like we do in the accountability groups where we have the themes of the day. We ask people to comment below about, their why or what they're eating today or things like that. I try to get people engaged and responding to that. I wrote so much notes today, and I haven't looked at this once. I'm like totally skipping over half things I wanted to say, but it's fine.
All naturally, so keep it.
Yeah. So if you see the one on the bottom with all my food, again, that was one from the accountability groups. I love the accountability groups. It keeps my mind thinking what I'm going to post. This happened, I didn't even ask a question here, and it happened to be one that a lot of people were responding to. And again, they see the cookie. So someone's like, hey, what is that cookie? Again, it's a Shakeology cookie. So it gets the conversation going. Here's some more motivation quotes. They don't always have to be about, yeah, make it a great day. It can also be like, hey, sometimes you're going to have setbacks, but it's okay. And then here I just show you that I posted the one on the bottom from January 8th. That's when I first started coaching. The first 2 people who you see that liked those are now in our accountability groups, and they've only joined this past month. 6 months it took them to join, but they were following me. And again, these are not women that I speak to at all. The first one was my son's daycare teacher. The second one just happened to be someone from the community where I used to live, but not people that I'm really friends with. But they were following me since January, and they finally decided to join the accountability groups. So stressing again that it takes time to build those relationships, and when people are gonna, all of a sudden decide. So be consistent with your posting, because you never know when you're gonna change somebody's mind and get them on board. Okay. Share your milestones. Not everybody's comfortable sharing pictures of themselves in a bra. My husband's still not comfortable with me sharing pictures of myself in a bra on Facebook. But it's something that I wanted to do, and I wanted to inspire. And so this was the first one that I've ever posted. It was on Super Bowl Sunday. I knew that so many people were going to be watching the Super Bowl. So I was like, I'm just going to post it because people aren't looking at their phone. They're watching the Super Bowl. Well, people were they're looking at their phones on Facebook. And I was like shaking and I was sweating. And I wrote to Kira, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I posted this post. Oh my God. But I got so many virtual high fives. I got so many messages. I got phone calls, and people are like, oh my God, I can't believe you posted that. And just so you know, I've responded to every single person who liked that post. I responded to them. So what was it? 50 something people. I've sent each and every one of those people a response when they liked my post. And I said, thank you so much for supporting me, or I forget what the words were, but I responded to every single one of those people. And some of those people are now in our accountability groups. I've had conversations with them, and that's how I started to build the relationships. That was back in February. So that was my first post. And then the one on the bottom, you don't always have to show a transformation in your bra and your shorts. You can do it with your, fully clothed, and people still see the difference. And people get inspired by that. So just throwing that out there. Your milestones don't have to be always your physical transformations. They could be things that you've changed about yourself, things that you noticed about yourself, how you're growing, and things like that. People like to hear about that, so why not share it? The other one is how my daughter saw a change in me. I mean, she drew a picture of me working out, which is like, I would have never expected that you even noticed that I'm doing that. The other night, my son woke up in the middle of the night. He's like, are you exercising? And he was all confused, but that was the first thing that he thought about. So I'm making a difference in my children's life. So that's pretty cool. So I wanted to share that with everybody. Here I've become a runner. I've never ran in my entire, never, ever did I ever think that I would be able to run, and doing 21 Day Fix really helped me run. I put this here because somebody in our accountability group said that she joined because she saw that I became a runner, and she wanted to run too. So that's pretty cool. And I got 104 likes on my first, so that feeling. So I just wanted to share that here. Okay, so here, this was my next naked pictures. That, again, this took me so long to post because I was like, I'm not going to post that before a picture. It's disgusting. At least that's how I felt. My stomach was huge, and I was like, I'm not gonna post that. My husband's like, you're gonna post that on Facebook? Are you crazy? And I was like, you know what? It's gonna make a difference. I'm gonna post it. So I posted it. Again, wanted to shut off my phone, but I knew that I had to be there to respond to people. So I closed my eyes, but I posted it. And you can see the dates here where I posted it. I got this message from Chen, who's in our accountability groups for a few months now. She's my coach prospect. She's doing awesome, and I've made a difference in her life. So that's pretty cool that happened. Same day she reached out to me, and now she's doing awesome. And so that's that. Then 3-day refresh. Here, I just did it like 2 weeks ago. Sharoni, who commented on it, she's somebody who left our accountability groups who didn't really feel like 21 Day Fix was working for her, but she reached out to me and she said, hey, what's the 3-day cleanse? And then I gave it to her, she's like, can you send me the link? So I'm like, okay. So I lost her as a client before, but now she's coming back to me. She's still following me, and that's pretty cool. And I've actually, just because she's not doing my accountability groups anymore, I've been following up with her. She has a trainer now, and I'm still keeping those relationships because you never know, and maybe she'll refer me to somebody else. So that's pretty cool. Here's 2 scenarios where I did my 9-month transformation. The first one on the left was somebody, you can see, she said, okay, I think I'm ready. I just saw your Facebook photo. It's amazing. Tell me what I need to do. It's the same day that I posted that. The other one was somebody who after I posted my picture, I decided to reach out to people who were on the fence prior. And I was like, I know I posted my picture and they could see my transformation. So maybe now that will help them change their mind. So I reached out to her, Michelle on the bottom there, and just a little bit of background, where sometimes I feel like it's really important to, once you are talking to somebody, to kind of hang around by your phone just in case they have questions. People might not agree with this, but she was this was June 2nd. I think like 2 months prior, she was going to buy Shakeology. She was she had Shakeology in her checkout, and she was like, you know what, I'm not sure about this. Am I going to get charged every month? I don't know if I should do it. And she started sending me messages, and I wasn't by my phone. And by the time I got back to her, she was like, she changed her mind already. She's like, I'm not doing this. But I kept following up with her. How's it going? Are you doing anything? Whatever it was, because I knew she was interested. She just got that nervous feeling of, I don't know what I'm doing, and this is too expensive, and whatever it was. Kept following up. Finally, I posted a picture, I followed up, and now she is doing 21 Day Fix. So following up is really important as well. I'm almost done. Promoting the groups and coaching. I haven't had much success with this, so I don't know if this is good or bad, but I just figured I'd put it out there. Kira does this, so I kind of followed suit, where just sharing what people are saying in the accountability groups. I don't know if people are reading it. I don't get too many likes on it. Mostly the people who are in the accountability groups like these posts, but I'm hoping people are reading it. It's just my way of saying, hey, we're having these groups. People are thriving in the groups, so just take a look at it, and hopefully you'll join us. I hope people are starting to think about that. I don't know if it really helps, but I just thought I'd put it out there. And then again, people like these posts, but I don't know that it's attracting people, but they're helpful. The one on the left side, you can see I had 61 likes and just saying that my pants are too big. And I want to coach you. So come let me know if you're in. Most of the comments are like, you look awesome. That's awesome. Whatever it is. Maybe I got 1 or 2 people actually buy something after that. But again, you're just getting people to see you in a certain way, and start to follow you. So here are my takeaways. Finally done. What did I go over? I went over a lot of time. Sorry, I didn't realize how late it was. Here are my takeaways. Be consistent. Post 2 to 3 times a day. Be yourself. Add value to people. Don't just post random. You could post random things, but you want to try to add value. Post recipes. Ask the questions. People want to engage. They don't really care to listen to you talk. People want to talk about themselves. So let them talk about themselves on your page and get them talking. Show your dedication. Continue to post. Continue to show them your transformation, your journey. It doesn't have to be physical. It can be, whatever is going on with you. And use social media for your personal growth, because I have, and it's been amazing. I am a totally different person than I was last year. And it's all due to the accountability groups. It's due to my posting. It's the response that I'm getting. So that's kind of it. So sorry, I went over a lot of time. I hope this was helpful.
I think it was helpful. Can you unshare your screen?
Yeah.
So we can get everybody on. But especially because, again, or a lot of us are new coaches, and you kind of started sprinkling the seed across the board and not necessarily saying, I'm a Beachbody coach. out of all of those, like there was not once that you were shouting out, I'm a Beachbody coach. Yes, you did 21 Day Fix. Yes, you did programs of Beachbody, but you never shouted out, come sign up for a sale with me. And I think that's been really important, and you've kind of built that up over time. So I hope tonight, guys, that Michal's amazing post gave you like just ideas and kind of how to go about this a little bit more, a little bit better, and get a little bit more comfortable with it. You know, she showed her like this should give you ideas, not replicate exactly what she did, because that's her voice. That's who she is. You know, she's a mom of 3. She works. She spends time with her kids, but yet she's showing her meals. Like she's just showing this overall balance, and she's not showing, I'm just a businesswoman. That's not what she's showing at all. She's showing like, come with me for this journey. Come be a part of this amazing community environment. Come, let me help you. And I think that's the biggest part. Let me help you in a judgment-free zone, because look at me, man. I put myself out there. I've showed myself half naked, even though my husband doesn't like it, and just doing that. So, and some of us don't have that physical transformation story. That's okay. Show, you know, you could still show an emotional transformation. You know, maybe you were someone who fought depression and you're feeling better. You can show a before and after. This person back then was miserable looking at herself in the mirror and, you know, never got sleep and, you know, whatever it was, versus this person today is vibrant, energetic, and excited. And I hope you can join me on my journey too. There's all different types of approaches. Again, I hope this was, this definitely helped you. I know it helped me. And as you guys continue to grow your business and it expands, we'll go ahead and tap into Instagram and Facebook like pages. But again, everyone's really fairly new. So I think this was a great starting point. So again, I hope you guys learned amazing amount of information. I will upload the recording. Michal, thank you so much. I think you did an amazing job. I have notes on the back of Tristan's paint articles because I couldn't find my notebook, but I have notes written.
I have so many notes that I didn't go through any of them. So,
but you guys know, post questions in the group if you have question, if you have any, you know, questions or comments, or reach out to her privately. I know she's happy to help. Next week, Fair is up, Shakeology info. So be there, be square. Have an awesome night, ladies, and I'm sure we'll chat in the group. Have a good night.
Good night.